and I expect her to run very, very well. Of the others who paraded nicely in the yard, Think It Over, I've been a fan of his all campaign. He can definitely run a decent race. And Gaelic Chieftain always seems to front up in great order, but he looks especially well today. His coat is absolutely gleaming, so he has to go into my top 3 selections.
I'm 5, 3, 11 and 7. I quite like Carif here, 4th up, on a back up, at his right distance, in good, in good shape, in a really good betting race. They're specking a few runners, but I'm happy to be with him. I think Gaelic Chieftain can lightning strike twice. His last win was in this race last year, and he shapes up beautifully, presenting well. 11 Young Star. Does she still know how to win? Well, this is the race where she can prove it, because this is very suitable for her. She loves the sting out. She won't know herself with the weight. And of the others, Angel of Truth just keeps chipping away at him, and they're a good punting stable, the Markle stable. When the horses firm, they're invariably jump out of the ground, so look for improvement. 5, 3, 11 and 7. Glenn?
Carif's been at the top of the market basically all the way through, and very little movement. 5 into 480 back to 5. Young Star, not a great deal of movement for her either. 7 into 650 back to 7. Gayatri, a 9 into 750 today. Angel of Truth, as Ronnie alerted you to there, as much as 11 this morning, now an $8 chance, looking for his first win in a year, exactly a year to the day that the Derby was on. The Chosen One easy out to 9. Gaelic Chieftain, he's just out a tick, 850 out to 950. Mirage Dancer easy to 12. Little chip away at House of Cartier here, 19 into 13. Same with Think It Over, got to 17 now, 13. Raheen House is friendless, 9 to 15. And Yogi's there at 34. So Carif steady, Young Star steady. Angel of Truth's into 750 now, and a couple of little moves away from that, House of Cartier and Think It Over in particular. So for a 2,600 metre race lead up to the Sydney Cup, good betting race. And guys, Colette's now the $3 outright favourite for the Oaks after winning there. That 450 didn't last long, neither did the 350. Outright favourite. Ronnie, it could be Wild Iris again.
It could well be, and interesting to see what Angel of Truth does here with this crossover noseband on, whether he does his usual thing, rolling along into a staying test, or they want to hold him up and hand up to a Think It Over, a House of Cartier. But a really good betting race, and interesting, both horses here haven't won since this time last year. Gaelic Chieftain and Angel of Truth. Obviously, the chairman's winner, Gaelic Chieftain, and the Derby winner, Angel of Truth. Greg?
A big thank you to all the sponsors who have stuck with racing through this time, especially the Star, who sponsor the championships. It's now known as the Star Championships, and they've got the Star Doncaster coming up later today. And this is the Schweppes Chairman's, a lead up to next week's reached $1 million Sydney Cup. So they're loading up behind the gates. Paul Snowden sounded confident about Carif today, Duff, and you'd be happy to hear his confidence too.
Yeah, I'd be happy to see him go across the line and his number in the frame with correct weight, but we'll see what happens here. This is they're good target trainers, and if they're happy, I'm happy.
They're loading in his Darren for the Chairman's.
Right, the Saberbill Stallion. And here's Carif going forward. The race favourite, drawn handily. In barrier 4, Think It Over, who led them up in the Nanion Cup going forward. And we wait on Raheen House in the Australian Bloodstock Silks, has been easy in the market. And House of Cartier will be about the last to move forward. For the Schweppes Chairman's quality, 2,600 metres ahead of them. Last year's winner, Gaelic Chieftain, at double figures in the market with blinkers reapplied today. They're all set, and the gates are back now. They're off. Once again, Yogi's been very sluggish out of the gates. He'll settle right out the back. Other than that, we've got to Think It Over away well. Very deep out, House of Cartier being sent forward, and Carif's right there with Fairlight and Young Star in the leading clump. Angel of Truth beaten for speed, back into about 6th position. Boss looking to get in at this stage. The Chosen One's holding your spot. And over on the inside, Gaelic Chieftain. So Angel of Truth's caught a bit head deep early. Second half of the field is Mirage Dancer, Raheen House on the fence. Further back to All Too Soon, 3 wide from Gayatri. And Yogi Bear is the last one as they sweep out of the straight. So Think It Over is going to head them up here in the Chairman's Quality, out by a length or so. On House of Cartier in a more prominent role going to second. Fairlight Blue Hat third on the inside of Young Star. Angel of Truth, many thought would lead here. It's caught in a 3 wide position in fifth on the outside of the favourite Cariff. And both on the inside last year's winner Gaelic Chieftain. A length further back to the Chosen One is travelling strongly back in the field on the outside of Raheen House. A length further back to Mirage Dancer. Then came Gayatri from Yogi, and All Too Soon last at least 14 lengths off the lead. So going down the back, and it's Think It Over on top by a half length on House of Cartier, and the pace looks to be pretty good. Out by 2 or 3 lengths and Angel of Truth as they just steadied a bit there. So Boss tries to improve his position on Angel of Truth, but well, this has been far from ideal for him. He goes to third now in front of Fairlight. Then came Young Star. A gap of 3 lengths further back to Cariff on the outside of Gaelic Chieftain. A length and a half to the Chosen One. Still travelling very strongly. A length clear from Raheen House, Mirage Dancer on the running line. 2 after Yogi, Gayatri, and All Too Soon. Still about 15 lengths off the front runner. And it's Think It Over with the 53 on its back, leading by a half length to House of Cartier. 2 further back to Angel of Truth, being felt for a long way from home. Then came Fairlight being felt for. Then came Young Star. Cara pulls out 3 wide, trying to improve. Gaelic Chieftain under the pump, back on the rails from Raheen House. The Chosen One gets going as they travel to the turn, and Think It Over still full of running coming around the turn. Jay Ford tries to steal it here. Open a margin, 3 lengths on House of Cartier. Cariff under the pump giving chase. Then Angel of Truth. Raheen House sticks on, and Mirage Dancer's getting into the race well wide out. It's Think It Over coming back to the field, and Cariff moved up strongly. Raheen House runs on, and then came Mirage Dancer. Cariff in front of the 150. Raheen House draws level. Raheen House puts its head in front now and starts to draw clear for Australian Bloodstock. Raheen House by a length to Cariff. Third there, Mirage Dancer, and Gaelic Chieftain got going when it was all over. Further back to Angel of Truth. Not a bad run under the circumstances from the Chosen One. Yogi beat many home. House of Cartier, Young Star, Think It Over dropped out. Gayatri, All Too Soon, never a factor, and Fairlight was beaten a long way out.
Raheen House wins its first in Australia. It's been officially 911 days since the horse won at Ascot in the UK, but a winner today, Raheen House, and once it gets out to this 26 and beyond, it looks a real stayer. Raheen House, who beats Cariff, was standing by for the numbers to go up. Hugh Bowman and Chris Lees combining with Raheen House in the Chairman's.
Yeah, he grabbed the bit there at the 600. You knew he was always going to be in the race, and it's been a long while run of outs, but certainly found his form third up. First try on a heavy track, and boy, didn't he relish those conditions. He looked the winner when he sprinted up there, Cariff, but he was a sitting shot for the winner, and Mirage Dancers did a really good job there, battling on into third spot in front of Gaelic Chieftain.
So numbers going up 4, 5, 1 and 3. 4, 5, 1 and 3. Raheen House, Cariff, Mirage Dancer and Gaelic Chieftain. 7 has run 5th, and that was Angel of Truth. So we've just got one more replay to show you, then we'll have a chat to Chris Lees after the win of Raheen House in the Chairman's and find out if he is indeed pressing on to the 2 Mile Sydney Cup in 7 days' time. Raheen House defeating Cariff, Mirage Dancer, Gaelic Chieftain up the inside. And here's Chris Lees right now.